Yo, what's going on? Welcome to another legendary tabletop live stream. Got some more Final Girl ready. This is series 3. So we are doing the Marrek murders today. I'm excited. Got everything set up. I mean, I work in warehouses, so I know all about it. We're gonna be jumping across racks, getting away from the killer, doing crazy stuff. Location board already set up, so we've got the Final Girl starting in this place. The killer doesn't come on the board until the finale is revealed. The forklift, I really hope we get the keys to the forklift. The forklift would be dope, right? We are certified to operate a forklift. We should get forklift certified 18 in here. Oh, the exit spaces are locked, so we can't save victims until we unlock these exit spaces or until we wait for the automatic timers to unlock the doors. Then we can save victims. We got some decent weapon. I mean, we have odds and ends. Another thing we have is bolt cutters. Big bolt cutters, bud. Know how to use bolt cutters. 44 Magnum, 1 to 2 range. That's awesome. Does an extra damage. I mean, look at the size of that gun. That's what I'm talking about, right? Oh, let's look at the killer real quick. We have the Tormentor. There is no killer action there. It's just, what does that symbol mean? Something to do with traps, right? Progressing death traps. Oh, okay. So when we see that symbol, we progress a death trap. So we already have our first victim here on the start position of the first death trap. The first death trap we have is swinging blade. We have to figure out how to disarm this trap. And it says first, time the blade. So we spend 5 time during the action phase. We complete this first part. Then we cut the rope. So we need to do 2 damage to the ropes, right? And then we need to dive to safety. So if we move 2 spaces on a movement card, so a walk, sprint, then we disarm the trap. I have a feeling we're going to be spending a lot of times getting victims out of death traps, getting ourselves out of death traps before the killer even comes on the board, because the killer doesn't come on the board till the finale comes out. So we really want to milk this one. Like, we want to do the turtle here. Yeah, at least that's my thoughts on strategy. You ready to see some Final Girl? This is series 3, the Marrek murders. We got the Tormentor. We're back at it with some Final Girl. Who's ready? I'm ready. You gotta pick a Final Girl, of course. So let's see our 2 Final Girls today. We have Mandy and Cassie. Thoughts on those 2 Final Girls, you know, without looking at their ultimate. I mean, Mandy's hot, right? I think we go Mandy here. Cassie looks a little scary. Here we go Mandy, right? Let's check the ultimate ability. Add 2 damage to attacks made without a weapon or item. You cannot use this ability with reaction cards. Okay, that's a huge ultimate ability. We love that ultimate ability. We rarely find weapons in this game. But let's just take a look at Cassie. Cassie's ultimate ability is you may spend 6 time to double the damage from your next attack. Oh, the choice has been made. Our Final Girl is Mandy. We get 5 health. We've already chosen Final Health token, so we're ready. 2 new action cards involved with the Marrek murder. So we have a climb card and a leap card. So as you can see, they have to do with these little red marked spaces on the location board. So we have some rack spaces. We know all about the rack spaces. Obviously, if you want to get into a rack space, you need to climb. And then once you are in a rack space, you can leap from one rack to another with the climb leap card. So on a climb double success, you can move to an adjacent rack space and lose a time. With a single success, you can move to an adjacent rack space and lose 2 time. With no successes, you lose a health and you return this card to your hand. And then at the very bottom, it says during the action phase, discard walk to take this, or discard sprint to take this and the leap card. So that's big. I'm gonna be jumping from rack to rack. Check these racks out. We build racks. We build these pallet racks for a living. Killer's based on Jigsaw Killer from the Saw franchise movies. Yeah, so it's basically like, do this or you will die type situation. We remember Saw. Now I'm like more excited. We do have to flip an event card, don't we? Let's do a starting event. It has been 0 days. We love those signs in the warehouse since our last accident. You know how to finish the sentence, right? Whenever a victim is in a rack space, or whenever a victim in a rack space panics to a normal space, it is killed. So they're essentially jumping off the rack and dying. We don't want that. Apparently there's a lot of accidents going on in these warehouses. Yeah, let's get into it. We flipped our starting event. We have, it has been 0 days since. We have 6 times. You can discard a walk. +1 rolls that help disarming traps if an untrapped victim is with you. So we will get an extra dice and we have to put that trap in the actual space. Wow, they gave us a lot of lock tokens. The killer started in this space, so this is the space with the swinging blade traps. Do we just spend 5 time? I guess we have to get there first, yeah? We've got to get to that trapped space and get that victim out of the trap, right? So let's start with a focus. We always start with a focus. Big time. 1 convert, 1 tier. That's actually ass. We pitch short rest and we attack for a single success. We spend a time and reduce the horror by 1. Yeah, we have Mandy. She's hot, right? Everybody check out Mandy real quick. I mean, of the 2 final girls, who are we picking? Mandy. So we spent a time. We reduced the horror. We have focus and 2 walks left. We play 1 walk. Oh my god, the double convert sucks. Damn, we do a walk, we get 2 converts. Do we pitch focus and walk to move 1 space? Is that even worth? I don't think. We are definitely gonna try to work our way to that swinging blade location. So we're gonna spend 1 health here, lose 2 time, working towards that swinging blade trap. I was gonna go this way. That's gonna be the end of the first action phase. So we hold, walk, and focus. We go into planning with 3 time. We have 3 time. Let's pick up a sprint and a close call. Killer phase. The killer does not really have an action until they're on the board, really, and the finale is revealed. So what we're going to do is resolve the trap. That symbol advances traps and resolves the effect. So we move the victim 1 space, and we increase the horror by 1. Then we flip a terror card. So first terror card of the game. I mean, come on, bro. How screwed are we? We have to help. All victims move 1 space towards the nearest death trap. So they just move into the space, correct? Bam. All victims. All right, so we've moved these 2. I mean, 1, 2, right? 1, 2. So we can put these 2 in the pit. This one can go in the rack. Gonna move 1 space. Gonna move 1 space. Gonna move 1 space. So we have 3 victims in the forklift there. All right, I think that's all the victims. A lot of guys in the pit. Okay, but that was the end of the killer phase. All right, so we have no panic phase, right? Whenever a victim in a rack space panic to a normal space, it is killed. We're going back to the action phase here. We have to try to get to that trap space, right? So let's start with a sprint, and then we can maybe pitch a close call or something. We roll a single success. That's very lucky. I think we're going to take the 2 spaces for a time. We go into the trap space. We're down to 5 time. We are going to spend 5 times. So we spend all 5 of our time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, putting us on 0 time. Okay, we place our first swinging blade gun. Then we have to do 2 damage. We have to cut the ropes. All right, we obviously can't do 2 damage now. So let's discard a walk. We take a climb, and then we have climb, focus, close call. Planning phase with no time. We reset to 6. Return these to the tableau. Take our free cards. Killer phase. We do the trap thing. So this guy moves. We lose a time. Go down to 5 time. We flip a terror card. You don't deserve to live. A victim that matches the first applicable condition below is trapped. In the exit space furthest from you, negative. In an exit space, negative. In a space adjacent to an exit space. Okay, this guy's trapped. We have a new trap. The infestation box. This is disgusting. First, we have to break the lock, which is 2 damage. And then we open the box by spending 3 time. And then we pull the victim free by moving a space. On the location board, this guy is trapped. Well, we're doing all right, though, to be honest. You hate to see it. We're going to find the infestation box token and place that on the space. Boop. We have a victim in that space, so we do get an extra dice. In any rate, let's start out with at least one of our focuses. We get a double success on the focus. You love to see it. 2 times. Reduce horror by 1. Big stuff happening. We're gonna stay where we are. I'm just deciding what cards I want to sell here. I think we should end our turn now. Go into planning with 7. We purchase a Furious Strike for 4, a Distraction for 3. That puts us on 0 time. We reset the time to 6. We take our free card walk. We return focus to the tableau. We do next killer phase, so we're going to advance these trap tokens. So we have the infestation trap advancing 1, so increasing the horror by 1. We were so close to rolling 3 dice. And then this trap, swinging blades trap, is going to increase the horror by 1 again. Horror goes up to 4. Boom, boom, we're done. Prepare. Click. Good news. There it is. One of the warehouse doors has opened. So this is the first click card we've gotten. Could be good, could be bad. Let's see what happens. Loading dock B is now unlocked. So we've gotten our first click card. Loading dock B is now unlocked. That's pretty good. So we'll remove that lock token. And then the terror card says to flip an event. So we'll flip another event. Help on the racks. Oh no. Panic all victims in spaces adjacent to a rack space, but only move them if they panic into a rack space. Oh, dude, help on the racks. No good. One of the worst event cards we could have just gotten right now. That's so unfortunate. We'll start down here at the bottom. We rolled 2 dice to panic guys in the pit. He gets a 2. So we have a 7. There's 1 guy. So this guy from the pit is going to panic to this rack space. So that's 1. Only panic to a rack space. Okay, this guy panicked. Didn't move. Okay, we got a 12. He's going to stay. Let's go again. We got a 6. Okay, we have our second victim panic to a rack space. So not as bad as I thought. So then we keep going, I guess. 5. So this guy's going to a rack space. There's 2 guys left in the pit. We got a 2. So that's another rack space over here. An 8. Another rack space guy. Well, he doesn't panic, right? So let's do the guy that's in our space. That kind of sucks. He panics into the pit. Dude, we're in trouble. 2 more guys to do. 3. So this guy doesn't move. 6. Okay, that's the end result. The pit's not a rack space, so this guy just stays. I don't even know where he was. My space? Oh, that's tits. Thank you. All right. We take it. Okay. Fuck that event card, bro. Am I right? It's like pause the game and roll the dice for 10 minutes to figure out that you're fucked in the end anyway. Like, come on, man. I want to do some head chopping. It still doesn't end. Draw the next terror card. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Dude, this game is ass. I'm about to quit. I was like, yeah, man, we might get back into some Final Girl today. No! Let's play a game. Let's not play a game. All right, let's see what happens. We have let's play a game. A victim that matches the first applicable condition below is trapped. We have another trapped victim. Okay. In a searchable space furthest from you, no. In a searchable space, no. In a space adjacent to a searchable space, yes. This victim is adjacent to a searchable space, so he is trapped. At least it is only trapped. Could be worse, believe me. Yeah, I have a feeling it's gonna get much worse, buddy. So this victim goes into the next trap. Let's draw another victim trap card. Where the hell are we supposed to find space for all these traps, right? Reverse bear trap. Sounds crazy, right? Reverse bear trap goes down here. Okay, so for the reverse bear trap, we first have to find the key. We have to spend 4 time. And then lastly, we unlock the mechanism by spending 4 time. That's going to be the easiest trap yet. So we might be able to get him out of the reverse bear trap. Oh my god, is it over? Is the killer phase ever gonna fucking end, bud? All right, come on, Mandy. Oh. Let's go, Mandy. All right, I had plans. They got destroyed by something. Let's pop a focus. All right, we get a success and a tier. If we spend a time, reduce the horror by 1. We do a distraction. Get a convert. Close call and short rest to gain a time back up to 6 and reduce the horror again by 1. We really need a double success there. Should we just roll that close call? No, we're gonna play it safe. We're gonna pitch, short rest, and close call. We do Furious Strike, trying to perform the second step to cut the ropes. We can roll an extra dice because we have a victim in our space. Get a single success. Gotta be fucking kidding me, bud. Should have pitched one of our walks instead of the close call so we could close call that, right? Doing that, man. This is bullshit, I'm telling you. All right, we play close call. We can only re-roll 1 die, right? There it is. That's what I'm talking about. So we do 2 damage. Okay, when we do 2 damage, we cut the ropes. On a Furious Strike, we have cut the ropes. Lastly, we need to dive to safety by moving 2 spaces. Can we get a walk here? So we still get to roll 3 dice, right? Because we have a victim in our space. So let's roll 3 again on a walk. Come on, we need a double success here. We get a single success and a convert. We are going to convert and we're going to get rid of that trap. So we pitch 2 cards for a double success. We move 2 spaces for a time. Do we still have to spend the time? I don't really know how this works, but we have dove to safety. So let's spend a time. Did we spend time doing other shit? Furious Strike? Oh, we gain time basically. So we spend a time down to 5, right? And then we have lastly dove to safety. We've moved 2 spaces. The victim gets saved from the trap, right? So what? The trap just comes off the board. Oh, that was big. We got our first removed. We saved our first victim from the death trap. So we've completed all the tasks. The victim comes off the card. These get removed. The trap goes back in the pile, I guess. We're just gonna put it on the bottom of the next one. That's fine with me. God damn, boy. So we have removed the swinging blades trap. Now we have a bunch of victims in our space. Big stuff. What I'm talking about. Get them traps the fuck out of here, boy. All right, where do we want to go next? The easiest one is the reverse bear trap. We have no cards remaining. So we go into planning phase with 5 time. So we're definitely going to need a sprint. So we'll pick up a sprint. For any of you psychos out there that play fucking, what is it called? Extreme horror mode? Yeah, we don't play that. We don't understand that. We're not on your level, obviously. So we pick up a sprint for 2 time. That puts us on 3 times. So what do we take? We have 3 time to spend. Let's get a distraction. We know big horror increase is coming. So we spend our last 3 time on a distraction. We reset the time to 6. Return the action cards to the tableau. So short rest. We take focus for free. Let's go into killer phase. Killer phase. We advance. 1, 1, 1, 2. Terror card, baby. Let's open some of these boxes. Yeah, let's do it. You may roll a die for each unused item card that was set aside during setup. Spend a time for each card you choose to roll for. I'm sorry, I'm not following. You may roll a die for each unused item card that was set aside during setup. Okay, we have some item cards that were set aside during setup. There is 1, 2, 3, 4 item cards set aside during setup. Okay, let's read the rest of the card. Spend a time for each card you choose to roll for. A 1 to 4 do not reveal the item, it remains out of the game. A 5 to 6 reveal and take the item. Ooh, this is big. We might be able to get some fucking free items here, dude. Big time. So what, we just lay them out like this? So we have 4 total dice we're rolling, right? Big time. Big time. Come on, guys. Yo, this might get us some good shit. That's what I'm saying. Yo, come on. I'm ready. Look at that. 2 6s and 2 2s. Okay, again, this terror card says for a 1 to 4, do not reveal the item. It remains out of the game. So 2 of these items have to be put back out of the game. So let's just go 1, 2. But we spent 4 time rolling for all 4, right? So we're down to 2 time. But we get some free shit. For a 5 to 6, we reveal and take the item. Let's do it. That was actually a majorly helpful terror card. We got some free items, right? Let's flip. Let's see what we have. We have a fucking chainsaw, folks. That's what I'm talking about right now. 3 damage. The chainsaw may be used to modify reaction cards. When you use the chainsaw, add end your turn effect to the end of the action card result. Huh? Oh, the chainsaw may not be used for reaction cards. Okay, so this is a 2-handed chainsaw, baby. We're gonna be cutting folks up. That's what I'm talking about. We'd love to see it. Chainsaw's big. We had a leaf blower outside during one of the games. Maybe we might hear a chainsaw. That's 2-handed. We take that. We equip it right away. Let's look at our second free item. Boom! A bowling ball. Bowling ball seems thematic. Mass times acceleration equals I need to get up on the racks. Okay, I love the stuff they write on these cards. During the action phase, while in a rack space, deal 3 damage to an enemy in adjacent space. So we could drop this bowling ball right on somebody's head and just squash. Big time bowling ball, folks. We love the bowling ball. Got a little squiggly smiley face there. That's going in the backpack. So we just got some dope items. Well, that was awesome. Great killer phase. That was actually perfect killer phase. It couldn't have gone better. Panic and upkeep doesn't really happen. Forget the 44 Magnum, baby. We got a chainsaw. You know. All right, we could start with a focus. We have distraction, focus, and sprint. We start with a focus. Single success and a convert. We spend a time, we're down to 1 time, and we reduce the horror by 1. Let's try a sprint. No success on the sprint, so we move a space, spend 2 oh, we can't spend 2 times. 1, 2 time. We end our action, reset the time to 6, and we can move 1 space, bringing 2 victims with us. So we move 2 victims from this space to this space. The pit. Planning phase with no time. We can't buy any cards, right? We just get the free cards back during the planning phase. And we're on to the killer phase, so we have to resolve the killer action. So the trap situation, the infestation box is going to pop this victim for 2 horror. That sucks. Plus 2 horror. That's horror being reduced by 4. 4 horror, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're down to rolling 1 die. That fucking blows. 1 more time on that trap and they're dead. We have to somehow get 8 time to get that guy out of that trap. It's a shame we didn't get any items that help with the traps, right? Okay, next terror card. Click! Yo, you love the clicks. The main entrance is now unlocked. Draw the next terror card. All right, the main entrance. Where's that? So the main entrance has been unlocked. Boop. Take that lock off. Love to see it. Draw the next terror card. Next terror card. Help, I'm trapped. If you are trapped, discard and draw the next terror card. Otherwise, you are trapped. Put the final girl in a trap. That fucking sucks. Final girl's going in a trap, fellas. What do we do? Okay, at least there's victims in our space, right? We have a super saw. Free yourself with 5 time. Lastly, dive to safety, move a space, and spend a health. We're doing that. We're definitely doing that. We can do it. All right, we put the super saw in the pit. We do have 2 victims in the pit with us, so we get an extra die. So that's big. So we have the super saw in that location. There's also 2 victims at that location. So we get an extra dice when we're trying to remove ourselves from the super saw. So the first thing we have to do is spend free time. We could do that right away. That was the end of the killer phase. There's no panic phase, no upkeep phase. There's just no panic and no upkeep. This is crazy, right? All right, eventually victims will die. We move on back to the action phase. So I think we want to get out of that super saw immediately. So the first thing we're going to do is spend 5 times. Let's spend 5 time. So we go down to 1 time. Final girl's trap. So we spend 5 time. We free ourselves. That's big. And then lastly, we need to dive to safety. So we have to move a space here. So just hear me out. I'm trying to get either a focus or a distraction first so that we're not just rolling 1 dice, because we are down to, the horror is down very low. So we're going to do a distraction here. We roll 1 dice. Okay, we get a convert. I think it's worth to convert here. We do weak attack and focus. Weak attack and focus get pitched for a single success. We gain a time back and we reduce the horror by 1. So we go up to 2 time and the horror is at 6. Now we can roll 2 dice on a walk. We get a single success and a convert. All we need is that single success. So we spend 1 time to move a space. That moving a space, we spent the time. Bada bing, bada boom. Oh, there's victims in this space. Hold on. So we get the 2 spaces. But any extra movement is null and void. Yo, I even wrote it down. I'm still gonna forget it. Like, look. I wrote down a little note here. This is my notes. Victim in a trap space equals +1 dice. And I still can't fucking remember it because I'm that stupid. But we definitely got out of that super saw, right? So we're out of the super saw. We just dove to safety. So we get to spend a health and get out of the space. And then any other movement left over doesn't help us. Put the final girl back on the board and this card gets discarded. All right, we're putting the final girl back on the board in the pit. We're removing the super saw. I don't think we're going to save that and either of these 2 victims. Unfortunately, they both die here. Yeah, so the extra movement's lost. So we're left with a short rest and a walk. I think we just do a short rest. Okay, so we do short rest. We roll 2 dice. We get a single success, so we spend a time, which is our last time, and we get 1 health back. So a little bit of healing goes a long way. So we've recovered a health here. Go into planning phase with absolutely no time to spend. So we just get a free focus. We return the cards to the tableau. This is hard. This one's hard. Series 3's hard. I'm never going to stop bitching about it. We're going to lose a couple good final girls here. It's alright. We can start saving victims now. We unlock the main entrance and loading dock B. Killer phase. So these 2 victims are gonna die this turn. Yes, we need to start saving victims. We're gonna do the killer action. Boom. Dead. Dead. So no victims are in traps anymore. I wonder, do the traps go off? Failing to save them, 3 horror. So 1, 2, 3. So bloodlust 3. So dark power is out. Bro, fuck this game. I'm not kidding. Like, this is one of the hardest games ever made. What are they talking about with the tier dice, bro? Eat some shit. Give us extra dice to roll. This sounds like some fucking bullshit to me. You have to be like some kind of master fucking dice roller to win this game. It's absurd. We're losing baddies left and right, dude. We're losing bad bitches left and right. Mandy's gonna die. Fucking Christy died. Fuck. First victim dies. Horror goes up 2, so bloodlust goes up 1. And then since the horror couldn't go up anymore, or down anymore, the bloodlust actually goes up again. And then this victim dies, and then the horror goes up again. Because we can't move the horror up again, the bloodlust goes up again. So the bloodlust just ripped all the way to the top of the track from 1 fucking killer phase. God damn it. The dark power is now revealed. Overkill traps. When a victim is killed by a death trap, you and each victim in that space take a damage. What, bro? Okay, this is crazy. I wasn't leaving the traps alone. I solved 1 trap, and then I barely had time to move out of the space with the trap in it to get to the other trap before 2 people died. I'm telling you, man. Fuck you, Van Ryder Games. You're bullshit. Let's fucking finish this. We're cooked anyway. So that was an absurd amount of bloodlust that went up. The dark power is revealed. It says when a victim is killed by a death trap, you and each victim in that space receive damage. After those 2 traps pop in the upkeep phase, tokens and cards from the completed death trap are removed from the game. Yeah, but it is the upkeep. Nobody panics because nobody's in the space. So we have no panic phase, and then during the upkeep, these 2 traps get removed. Alright, so those traps get removed during upkeep phase, but we do have to flip a terror card yet. So we flip a terror card. I think I saw the killer. Yeah, me too. Increase the horror, so bloodlust goes up again. Discard a random action card. Yippee! There goes focus. So we're holding on to a walk. We ignore all the killer actions until the killer's on the board. That's the end of the killer phase. Again, panic and upkeep is done, so we can remove these traps finally, for fuck's sake. We have nothing in our hands, basically. Just a walk, which is fucking bullshit. We could save 2 victims with a walk. Let's try it. We could move a space, but we would have gotten a double success if we had 2 cards to pitch, but we don't. Let's get out of the pit. So we bring 2 victims with us into this space. We go into planning phase with 5 time. We can take a sprint for 2, distraction for 3, reset the time to 6. Next killer phase. All right, there's no traps, thank God. So we flip a terror card. Live or die? We die. A victim, oh my God. Victim in the space with the most victims, if tied furthest from you, is now trapped. You gotta be fucking kidding me, bro. One of these victims is now trapped. We pull a victim death trap. We have temple drills. Ew, that one looks horrible. Ew. First, figure out the mechanism. We can spend 4 time, and then we disarm the mechanism by doing 2 damage and moving a space, all in 1 action. That sucks. We might be able to do that. Probably not. We can't use the bowling ball on that, but we can use our chainsaw. Chainsaw's got 2 uses. Alright, so that token goes there. Firstly, we should figure out that mechanism. Spend 4 time to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. We go down to 2 time. And we have figured out the mechanism. It's 2 drills and a fucking head clamp. So weak attack's not gonna get us there, unfortunately. I think we do focus distraction here. Start with a focus. We roll 1 dice. Okay, we get a convert. We pitch weak attack and... No, short rest, weak attack. We spend a time. Reduce the horror by 1 so we can roll 2 dice. We roll a distraction. We get 2 converts, so we pitch sprint and walk. I hate pitching cards so much. Seems like the only way to play the game, though. We reduce the horror by 1. We gain another time, going back up to 2. We enter the planning phase with 2 time. What is gonna even help us here? We have no cards to discard. We end up pitching all of our cards from our fucking unsuccessful rolls. The killer's not even on the board yet. We're just dead. It was fun in Series 1, I'm not gonna lie, but like, it's getting ridiculous. I know you love it. I can tell. I hate it. Series 1 was fun when we were just running around Camp Happy Trails, just killing Hans the Butcher. Now we're just getting fucking eaten alive by fucking traps and dumb shit, dude. We have a chainsaw in hand and we're dead. Like, what's up? The killer's not even on the board yet. Like, come on, man. What are we really doing here? Bunch of trap mechanisms that we can't survive. All right, I'm done ranting. Let's go. So we have no cards. We could basically buy 2 close calls and then take walk and focus, right? Yep. We return these cards to the tableau, reset time to 6, go to the next killer phase. This bitch better get on the board soon because I'm gonna fucking light her ass up with a chainsaw. Okay, next killer action. All we did was buy 2 close calls. That's really all we could do. Okay, so then we're gonna resolve this trap here. So the victim moves and the horror goes back down to 6. We resolve a terror card. So come on. Click! Loading dock A is now unlocked. That's good, but the event's probably not good. So there goes all 3 of the locks. The warehouse is now open and we are free to save victims. So then we do an event card. So we're gonna flip an event. Good old Zip. It says replace the victim that is furthest from the killer with Zip. While Zip is with you, you may treat exit spaces as unlocked. If Zip is killed, increase bloodlust by 1. If Zip leaves play, discard this card. Alright, we have good old Zip. This guy is now Zip. Whoop-de-fucking do. Zip would have been great early on because we would have been able to use him to save victims. There's spaces that are locked, but all of the exit spaces are now unlocked anyway. So then we draw the next terror card. Another terror card. Tick-tock, speed up the clock. Yeah, that's what I like to hear. If no victims are trapped, bottom this card and draw the next terror card. So we're gonna bottom this terror card. Oh wait, there is a victim trap. So then we just do this symbol. So we lose a time going down to 5. That's the end of the killer phase. No panic, no upkeep. Let's go. We could start saving victims. Let's walk. All right, we immediately get a tier and a convert. Actually, you guys didn't see that. We immediately get 2 converts. We could pitch 2 close calls here, move a space, and save 2 victims. I think that's the play. Yeah, let's pitch both of the close calls. We'll move 1 space. Spend a time going down to 4. We could save 1 victim. We need that time, so let's move 1 victim to safety. We save 1 victim. We move 1 space. We move back into the space with the trap. We're leaving that victim there because Temple Drill is in that space and we want to be rolling an extra dice. We pull our Furious Strike here, so I guess we can't play that focus. No, we can't play that focus. We have to hold on to that focus, right? Man, fucking this game sucks dick. All right, we have to do Furious Strike. Let's take Furious Strike. We go to planning phase, spend all 4 time on 1 card, reset it to 6. Take the freebies. Man, I really hope we can do 2 damage here. We gotta disarm this trap. The Temple Drill's trap. All right, let's go. Killer phase. We do killer action. When a victim is killed by a death trap, you and each victim in that space take a damage. Okay, luckily this guy's not dead yet, but we have to increase the horror, which fucking goddamn, dude, it's near impossible. I'm telling you, you're only rolling 1 dice the whole game. That moves the horror up again, so we're at 7 horror again. Okay, whatever, man. Let's just flip a terror card. Killer could be anywhere. Yeah, he could. We haven't even seen him yet. Increase the horror for each space between you and the killer. Oh, we flip a setup card or something. So, dude, I'm telling you, man, this is impossible. I don't know why we even play. It's like to the point where it's not even fun. Like, it's near impossible. Let's flip another setup card. That's our space, so 0. Okay, and then we ignore the second part. All right, we're gonna try to get out of the Temple Drill's space or trap. Try to get this trap off the fucking board because it's just ruining the game. So let's do a focus first with 1 dice. We have 2 focuses, so we might do something. All right, we get a convert. We pitch a walk and a short rest. Yeah, reduce the horror by 1 and lose the time. Then we could roll 3 dice on a Furious Strike. We get a double success, so we reduce the horror again, and we do 2 damage. So now as long as we can move 1 space, wait, what happened to our walk? So now as long as we can move 1 space, we can disarm the trap. 3 dice on the walk too, because this is part of the trap. You gotta be fucking kidding me, bud. Look at that, double success. So the trap comes off the board. Nobody saw that. Disarm the mechanism. It's 2 damage and 1 space. We don't even have 2 cards to pitch for that. So that's just, there's just no way we're doing it. Boop. This guy goes back on the board in our space and the trap token comes off. Okay, we've nothing left to do. We have a weak attack in hand. So the trap token comes off and we saved another victim. We go into planning phase with 5 times. So we did a focus and a walk. So we should be at 4 time actually. So we're going to take a sprint and probably 2 close calls just to try to save 2 more victims this next turn. We go to killer phase. No traps on the board, thank God. I'm curious though, like, did the victim traps get discarded? Do you just put them on the bottom of the pile? Because we've already had 1. There's 3 victim traps left. I think they get removed from the game. That's really good, actually. Man, this is not easy to survive. So we're gonna flip another terror card. It's the last terror card, so he'll be safer up there. All victims adjacent to a rack space. Panic. All right, so we've got some victims to panic here. The 2 in our space, that really sucks because I wanted to save them this turn, so we're gonna roll 2. All right, we have a 2 and a 5. So this guy panics here, and this guy panics to the pit. Let's see, adjacent to... So Zip is gonna panic. Gets a 6, so he panics up there. 4, so this guy panics into the pit. Okay, that's everybody panicked. 2 victims now on the pit. We've lost chance at saving some victims there. We do have a sprint and a walk, so it is still possible. With a walk here, we could save 1 or 2 guys. Let's try a walk. Maybe we should discard a sprint to get leap. Are they safe in the rack spaces? I feel like they're safe up there. So we've panicked all the victims. That was the final terror card, so we have to reveal the finale. Finale comes out. We have game over. Game over. Target the final girl. Move attack. Target the final girl. Move attack. Oh, buddy. We flip another setup card? That's crazy. No panic, no upkeep. We have 1 action phase to do some stuff. Maybe save some victims. I'm really contemplating discarding sprint because if we can bounce around from rack to rack, I mean, that's crazy, right? It's the most thematic game I've ever played. Yeah, exactly. It's like a Saw movie. It's like right when you think you're gonna get out of there, you're not. You're just fucking not, dude. They're about to fucking put you in another drill trap head and shit. Like crazy shit. Roll anything but a 1. Any guy rolls a 1. I would just chuck that dice in the fucking trash, dude. I would just be like, 2 to 6 is a success and a 1 is a fucking fail and you rolled a 1. I would just be like, I mean, they should give us at least one dice that has all successes on it. It is well known in Final Girl lore that our inspiration and creativity is fueled by the tears of our players. As you might imagine, our engine is overflowing. This guy. Alternate rules and variants. Dude, no fucking way. Feel free to use any of the variants below if you want to make things even easier. I'm a big baby. You can collect a tier every time you roll the icon, even on successful horror rolls. It's not fair. You can collect unlimited tiers. Use the tier markers as trackers on the tier board to track how many tiers that marker is worth. I can't believe this, but I want both. Wow. During the upkeep phase, you may spend 1 tier to flip the tier board to the other side. Dude, at that point, just give yourself success. We want to play on the but I want both. Wow. But I want both. Wah! We're gonna discard sprint to pick up both climb and leap. So we get both climb and leap. How do we get on a rack space? Let's go with climb. All right, we're doing our first climb. We get a single success. We could pitch 2 close calls here to get a double success and spend 1 time. I think we spend 2 time here. We go to 4 time and we move on to an adjacent. Now, which one do we want to go on? This one. Now, how do we get down from the rack space? All right, so we have successfully climbed onto this rack. Now, how do we get down? So we're gonna roll for a walk here. Okay, we get a convert. We save the convert, pitch 2 close calls. We spend 1 time. Now we get those 2 guys off of the rack space. Okay, so we go down to 3 time and we climb down. We go to planning phase with 3 time. We take sprint. We sell weak attack. We buy guard. So we have leap, sprint, and guard. We return these cards to the tableau. All right, so start of the killer phase, we flip a setup card. Yeah, the killer is gonna be in the pit. Killer goes into the pit. We're gonna resolve the killer action. Luckily, we've removed all the traps, so we target the final girl closest victim and attack. Okay, boom, 1 victim dead. Bloodlust goes up. And then we have target the final girl, move and attack. Boom, victim dead. Boom, another victim dead. Bloodlust goes up. Bloodlust can't go up any higher, so we discard a random action card. So let's shuffle our action cards. I'm just trying to make this salvageable. All right, we lose a random action card, and it is walk. And that's it. That's the killer action. So we have panic. No one's gonna panic because no one's in the space, right? So no panic, no upkeep. We're back to the action phase. We gotta start doing stuff, man. Let's try a sprint. We get a single success and a convert. We can pitch short rest and focus here to get a double success and move 3 spaces, spending a time. And we can move 3 spaces here, so we move 1 space. Dude, I saved a victim that way. That's not even right. So we go 1 space, 2 space. We save 2 victims. We can move 1 more space. We can reduce the horror by 1. Let's do that. So let's move back out to this space with this guy. Reduce the horror down to 4. Play a focus. We get a success and a convert. We're gonna hold on to our cards. We're gonna spend a time, go down to 4, and reduce the horror to 3. So that's pretty good. Planning phase with 4 time. We really just need to save 2 more victims. And we have leap. Let's buy Furious Strike. So we buy Furious Strike for 4. Okay, next killer phase, we got 2 traps and then target the closest victim or final girl and attack. Killer can climb racks, right? It's gonna choose the space with the most victims, right? So we're gonna move 1 and attack, right? So it kills this guy. So Bloodlust goes up, so we discard a random action card. We lost guard. That sucked. We just discarded guard at random. And then we have target the final girl, closest victim, and attack again. So then it's gonna kill another victim. And then we have to discard another random action card. So let's see what we lose here. There you go. Leap is gone. Fuck you. Bro, I've just been sitting here bitching about Final Girl for the last 2 hours and 30 minutes, and I'll continue to bitch about it. I mean, this game is hard as fuck. It doesn't rely on any skill. It's all based on RNG. Can you roll the dice? It's not fair. I'm gonna sit here and cry for the next like 6 hours about how dumb this game is, and it pisses me off. So Bloodlust went up twice. We lost 2 action cards, 2 of our best action cards, guard and leap. We have Furious Strike, weak attack. Killer phase, we do have 1 guy's gonna panic. Now we might lose a 3rd victim here. If this guy panics off of a rack space, he dies. Surely he dies here, right? So he gets a 4. So yes, this guy jumps to his death. The bloodlust goes up again. Weak attack goes. We can discard walk to pick up climb. Let's do that. No, let's just save that victim. What am I talking about? Let's go. We roll 2 dice. Send this to Van Ryder game. All right, we get no successes on the walk. We can move a space for health in 2 time. I think we do that. So we go down to 4 time. We can move 1 space here. We are going to save a victim, though. We save a victim, we get that health right back. Let's go to planning phase with 4. We take sprint. We take 2 sprints so we can sprint and climb. That's huge. Okay, next killer phase we have activate the 2 traps. Target the final girl, move and attack. Killer moves for 2, so he's going to go... Let's have him go like this. 1, 2... and he attacks and kills this guy. Target the final girl. Bloodlust goes up. We discard a random action card. That hurts. Man, that is one of the worst end of the fucking bloodlust things I've ever seen. It's horrible. We discard focus. Target the final girl, move and attack. So we get attacked for... We lost our guard, which is fun. So we're gonna get attacked for 3. So we take 3 damage. Take 3 damage. Probably just out here looking dumb as hell. All right, we got attacked. We only have 1 health left. Technically 2. You know, we don't know. God damn, I really hope that was the end of the killer phase, right? Okay, no panic, no upkeep. There's only 1 victim left. Let's do it. We roll Furious Strike. Big Furious Strike here. Oh, we take the double success. We pitch, short rest, and focus for a double success, increasing the horror and doing 5 damage. We end our turn. Okay, so we do Furious Strike. We get a double success, pitching 2 cards. We reduce the horror by 1. We do 2 damage, plus 3 from our chainsaw. That's 5 damage. So we take 5 health away from the killer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, the tables have turned, bud. We have 1 more shot with the chainsaw too, but we had to end our turn because of the chainsaw. So we take retaliate and 2 close calls. Killer phase, we're getting attacked for 3, right? Let's play retaliate. Oh no, we get attacked twice. We're dead. So we don't buy 2 close calls. We buy guard and retaliate. Good call. We buy guard and retaliate. We retaliate the first one. So the first attack for 3, we're going to retaliate. We roll 2 dice. We get a single success, reducing the attack by 2 and doing a damage back. So we take 1 damage and we do 1 damage back. Yo, this is huge. We just got an extra 2 dice. So we're on our last health. Killer's on their last health. That's 2 extra dice. Target the final girl, move and attack again. So we do a guard. We roll 4 dice. Oh my god, a single success and a convert. We have to convert, so we pitch walk and weak attack. Or 2 walks. We pitch 2 walks. For a double success, ignoring all damage. No panic, no upkeep. We do action phase. This is the end of the game. Let's do it. We have weak attack. We can kill him with a weak attack. We roll 4 dice on a weak attack. Double success on the weak attack. You love to see it. Let's fucking flip this thing, dude. We pray to the final girl gods that this token has no life on it. So we're gonna flip. We're gonna find out. This is the end of the game. Please be the end of the game. Bro, I'm telling you, like, the RNG, it's just not fair. It just isn't fair. He comes back to life. We know this all too well. Give him a health. The guy's back to 2 health. Nothing we can do at this point but run, try to kill him with our bowling ball. I think our bowling ball is going to be huge here. It's going to be a big bowling ball drop for the end of the game. So it's best to just sprint out of that space. Let's do a sprint. We roll 4 dice. We can move 2 spaces here. We sprint for a time. We move 2 spaces. Let's go 1, 2. Discard sprint to pick up climb and leap. We play climb. Rolling 3 now. I don't know why I rolled 4. A single success. We spend 2 time and we move on to an adjacent space. But that still doesn't help us. I think we have to sell leap for a time. Pick up guard. 2 close calls. Short rest. Focus and focus. I think we're dead here. Dude, I don't know why I do that. I really do that a lot. Like, I do that a lot. All right, so what did we do? All right, so we sprint. We move 1, 2, and then we climb onto the rack. Yeah, we're down to the very end of it. So we're gonna get attacked twice here, and I don't think we can stop it. We have 1 guard, so we can't survive 2 attacks. We're gonna get shot here. Let's see. Let's do it. Killer targets the final girl, moves twice, 1, 2, and then they attack. So we play guard. All right, we get a single success and a convert. We have to pitch, focus, and short, or probably just, no. Close call and focus get pitched to ignore all the damage. Then we get attacked again. Really nothing we can do about this attack. We just have to check and see if we lost. Let's check our horror token, right? Let's see if we lost. Man, the RNG on this, man. I can't believe they got the 2 health back, and we check our final health token. Oh. That really sucks that we lost another final girl. Mandy's dead. Mandy was hot too. We have to add Mandy to the dead final girls list. This token, man, it seems like the killer in every game I play, they get this health back. They get either the 2 or the 3 health. It's never something where like had these 2 just been flip-flop, we would have won. It's just so sad. It's so sad and you hate to see it, but it is what it is. This was series 3, episode 14 of Final Girl.